now that I got my sticks set up, I'm going to show you a little bit of the key bindings. They might change, but right now I'm pretty comfortable with them. When I'm getting ready to take off for a landing, I'll hit this switch and it'll power systems on. Shields, weapons, and engines. If I click down on it, then it'll change the view, and I can control the view with this thumbstick. Good for landings and just other cinematic views that you want. Alright, so click back down and get into cockpit. It cycles through the view, and I find that it'll go through two different views. I haven't quite figured it out completely, but for instance, if I go back from the keyboard controls and go into that view, then when I cycle, I should go back into that view. I got this right on the nose of the plane. But okay, let's go over some more controls. If I click up on this, it goes right into quantum mode, nav mode. And then I click back down and put me back. Okay, and then I have on this trigger, if you engage it, goes into scanning mode, and then one pull scan. I don't have the double press set right now. Okay, click back out, it'll go back and toggle off scan mode. These are my guns. This one stage trigger, I don't have that set for a double stage yet. And this will toggle decoupled. If you press down on that, if you hold left, it will go to maximum power on everything, engines, guns, and shields. Right on here will turn my light on. And up will engage VTOL, if you need a ship with VTOL. Don't currently have these buttons set. I might change those to something, I'm not sure, or leave them for a different mode, like mining or salvage or something. I'll have to go over these again, but I think I'm gonna put like, we'll see what I'm gonna do with these. Right now, those aren't really set. I have them set, but I haven't used them, so I'll have to go back and figure out what I'm doing with them. As for the ship controls, forward will be pitched down, and pull back will be pitched up. I have the yaw set also on this, and the Z-axis is locked. I don't currently have the mouse wheel set up for anything. I think for mining mode, I can depress this and it will be something. As far as clicking this in, I have no button set. Click in, the one I use for the view will be your rear view. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the right stick. Onto the left stick. On the left stick on the Z, I have roll. I thought that would be weird at first, but it actually feels pretty good. And then strafe up, strafe down, strafe left, and strafe right. The trigger on here is the boost. Let me face a different way. And then this is all my targeting. This is target forward, nearest target, nearest attacker, and then to get rid of all the targets, because you'll need that for free mode in case you lock somebody and you want to unlock them. I have this set for my flares. My noise is right here. This will change my missiles. And if I pull this switch down, if I pull this trigger down, it will go into missile mode, and when depressed, will fire a missile. Okay, go back up. We're at a missile mode. Here I have set to view. So if I need to do some things, I don't have to take my hands completely off the controllers. Usually I'll just grab the mouse, since it's this is a little weird setup I have right now going on, but so I'll hold this and then be able to move the mouse. I'm holding my controller right now, so let's see if I can do this. I can move the mouse and change anything I need to change here with my MFDs and everything. Okay, sub-target mode is this button here. And this will be to quantum after I've already entered the quantum mode. Once it spools up and I'm ready to jump, I'll depress that. I don't know if there's anything I'm forgetting. Right here will be my landing gear. Let's change view and see if we can see that. So if I depress this down, it toggles the landing gear, and press it again when it comes up. And if I push up on it, that will request ATC. Push up to request landing. Let's get back into the field here. And there's some other things I'm missing. Well, that's just the base of what I have on the controller right now. But there's a few keyboard binds that I'll keep. But yeah, that's it for right now. I'm gonna change and add some stuff maybe. I know I've probably overlooked some stuff that still getting used to the controllers, and we'll have to check my keybinds a couple of times. But right now, that's the setup. And yeah, if you can build off of that or tell me what works for you. So we'll get into some of the first things I did just to get used to the sticks. Let's go. Okay, so these are a few drills I got from Avenger 1. I'll put a link to his YouTube in the video in the description below. Well, let's get into it. First, I believe it's practice a corkscrew, and basically you want to look at your vector indicator, go ahead and strafe a little to the left and see how I got it lined up to the planet. I'm using the planet as a visual here, and you're gonna roll your plane and try to keep that vector indicator to the left of the planet. I've done this a few times, so it's getting a little bit easier for me now, but when I first tried it, I was all over the place. Yeah, just practice doing this, keep it right there. It's going to take a little bit of adjustments with strafe up and down and to the left for this. If you roll the opposite way, you'll turn strafe right. But this was the first drill, and it helps with deflection, and so you're not as flat, and you might hear the term pancake a lot. That's how I fly. I'm still practicing on that a lot, so I'll be running these drills a little bit. Again, this is just how I got going with the new sticks, so if you're new to the game, hopefully these drills will help, and if you're switching your controls, you know, it's a good way to practice and get used to your controls that way also. The next one is sort of, I don't remember exactly what they're called, but it's sort of, I guess, getting used to the rotation, and not just rotating, but also pitching up on your target. So you can use the station. This is security post Korea, and a lot of the drills can be done here. So if you go into free flight and then offline free flight practice, I'll start with the bigger ring on the station here. And I'm basically pitching up and strafing down with a little bit of throttle inputs. And my throttles I didn't mention, but the controls on my throttle are on VKB. I believe it's MK3 pedals. So yeah, my throttle controls are on the pedals. So basically just trying to not just rotate, but practice control of your extensions, keeping it tight and extending out from your target is I believe what the drill is trying to achieve here. When you're ready, you can go on down to the smaller ring. And I also like to practice, this wasn't part of his drills, but just since I'm getting used to my controls, is go ahead and practice the rotation on the strafe right, kind of turn around and just get used to the controls a little better this way. It won't hurt. So when you're ready for that, you can go on and go to a smaller part of the station here, move over, and try to keep it tight as possible. The thing here is not just rotating, but also keeping your crosshairs on your target. So at first, just practice the rotation. And then worry about if your crosshair is going to be on your target or not. But try to keep it tight as you can and controlled as you can, really. If you want to extend, and then keep that rotation, the distance kind of steady there. Yeah, these drills helped me out a lot, especially just getting used to the controls at first. And you could run these drills with any setup basically, just to help you get used to your controls, whether it's controller, mouse and keyboard, HOSAS, whatever you have. There's a number of others out there now. Cutting it kind of close there. There's the extension. And eventually you can even move up to a smaller one here. And then, like I say, practice keeping your crosshairs on your target, because that's initially what you're doing here. Yeah, I still got a lot of practice to do, and we can do it both ways. You can do it, rotate it up, but mostly you want to pitch up, not so much down. But if you can get all of the directions any way your plane goes, it doesn't hurt to learn how to fly your plane also. I believe the practical purpose for this, though, is to rotate while pitching up on your target. Alright, the next one over here, you can come over to these pads, and we're going to use these two pads right here. We're going to do the same rotation on the pads that we did on the station, but then we'll run to the next one across. And the goal here too is to keep a tight rotation, but also make it to your next target. I believe the range was within 4 seconds. So I got a lot of practice on this one still before I can achieve that, but this is another good one to practice. So yeah, you'll see, you'll run from this one over to the one over there. Just keep your rotation a little tight and go slow. It's going to be slow at first. The faster you go, the more out of control you can get, but you'll find that out. And then as you get used to it, the faster you go, you'll have more control over. So yeah, essentially those are targets, and then you'll run over to your next target. And rotate that a few times. So yeah, these are some of the things I'm going to be practicing a lot. How many was that? I think that was 3. There's 2 more things he practices in that drill. Go ahead and go into you find that in the Vandal Swarm is a lot easier and faster to get kills than the Pirate, but you can practice them both. So yeah, I believe the next drill, fundamental drill that he gives was pitching your nose up on your target, rolling and pitching up. Flight model used to be at a 45 degree pitched up, was the fastest, but now it's just pitching straight up. So I would come in the Swarm and just practice this a lot to get used to the sticks or whatever your controls might be. And I don't know if I'll give the best examples here, but I think I give a few where you can see just what I was talking about.
Warning, there are multiple hostiles inbound.
Contact.
Especially if you're a beginner, this is where you're going to want to play it first. You can jump right in onto online matches in Arena Commander if you want, but it's going to be very difficult. This one will help you at least dial your aim if you're new, and let you play around and get used to your controls, you know, if you're just switching over. See how I'm okay. Try to incorporate some of the corkscrew that you learned within this, everything that you've learned so far, some of the rotation. And then the main goal though is also right here, is to pitch up on your target. Be evasive, not flat, and then roll and try to keep pitching up on your target. This will also help you get used to all of your other bindings that you set up. And I think the last thing he touched on was your turn rate. I'll have to double watch that. I'll have to rewatch that video, but check the link in the description below. This is just some of the stuff that I did based on A1's recommendation. So yeah, those drills help me a lot. And another thing I recommend is if you're trying to get used to your ship, whether or not you're new or changing controls or just need practice flying, is to jump into a race. Racing, I think, in my opinion, is a good way to help you get used to your ship and learn to be a better pilot, which I still got a lot of work to do. So I'm going to be practicing a lot of these drills more and more of the race. So yeah, you know, probably try some online races. Right now we're just doing offline races, getting used to the courses and getting used to feeling my ship and controlling it better. It's fun, just a challenge. Go through the race, take your time, and then try to beat your time every single time, you know? Try to get faster. And this is what I've been doing to get used to the sticks, and it's also a lot of fun, so yeah. And then of course, you know, we gotta practice in online, so if you're new, when you get online, just know there's a lot of good pilots out there, so it's going to be rough at first, but it never hurts to see how the fight goes. Learn your etiquette for free flight. Battle Royale's out now, but I don't think it's very populated, especially with the new stuff that's going on right now. But yeah, if this video was helpful for you, please like and subscribe. I'll try to get some more out, show how I'm doing. Still got a lot of practice to get with these sticks, but so far so good. I'm having a lot of fun with the HOSAS setup, and I really love the Virpils. But until next time, see you in the verse.